Hi, welcome to this video. So in today's video, I just want to be actually talking about some of the job advertisements that I've been seeing lately in China. So there's a couple of guys that I know who are thinking about, or some of them actually just need to come back to China because they left during the COVID period, and who can blame them, But they left during the COVID period, and they have to return at some point to settle affairs, and this video is really for them. So I'm just gonna be putting these jobs over the screen, so you're not going to see me the whole video. That's the easiest way, because putting them on the left of the screen, it just makes it a bit distracting. But I'm just going into my job page, and I'm just going to look at a job now. Okay, so this is a job advertisement for it's sort of nondescript, this one. So it says various cities. There is a starting date. Okay, so there's 3 different advertisements here. Okay, so what is the job? The job is a kindergarten ESL position. That's one job. Another job is a primary school ESL position. And another job is a middle school, high school ESL position. Okay, so what's the description? Working days, Monday to Friday. Working times, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Student age, 14 to 18. Obviously, that's probably referring to the middle school, because kindergarten children are younger than that, I think. Okay, now let's look at the salary and the benefits. So I always recommend to people that they try to negotiate on the salary and the benefits. I think Ben Teaches English, a really good channel. I mean, he doesn't usually become too specific. He not to disparage him, but he rarely kind of like gets fully specific about different things, and he's kind of all over the world, but I'm just China focused. But yeah, so the salary here it says 22k to 27k before tax. All right, so that's a part of the salary. That's some information. But what is the housing allowance? So the housing allowance is 3,000 RMB a month. So if you're going to go at the low end, you could sort of say that's about 25. There's also a signing bonus of 10,000. There's an airfare bonus of 10,000. So if you add those two up together and you go home your way, and you put that aside for a moment, you could say that that's an extra 2,000 approximately a month. Like, you could just round it up to that. So let's say 25,000 after tax, 20. So it's about 24,000, but it could be up to 26, 27,000 potentially. So that's about 5,000 Australian dollars a year. It's a pretty decent job. It's a good job, actually. Now, what are the other benefits? It says here that you will get medical insurance with an international insurance company, so that's good. That's a real benefit. Paid winter and all other public holidays, so that is as well a real benefit. So that would be for the public high school. So is it a public high school? It doesn't say. It could be an international school. But if you look at that in terms of like how many holidays you have, you're going to have at least 2 months of holidays. I think from memory, the winter break in international school is about a month, and then the summer is about 6 weeks. I could be wrong about that, or the summer's about at least a month. So that's at least 2 months where you're getting that pretty decent amount of money, and you're not having to work. Now let's look at another one. Let's look at a second one. Okay, so this one is in Shanghai. So Shanghai, as everybody knows, is like a very, very expensive city, especially in the center of town. When you get outside of the main areas, or you get outside of the central districts. I haven't lived in Shanghai, but I can imagine it's similar to Tianjin, or it's similar to Beijing, or Qingdao, where I lived. It's very expensive near the sea. But when you get out into the outer areas, the rent price drops. And in Shanghai, you will get paid more than other cities. it's a much richer place. So let's have a look at this. Pudong, Shanghai. Okay, so that's right in the center, you know, like that's that famous place that they developed. So that's like opposite the Bund, the historic area, Pudong. So if you're wanting to rent a place there, it's going to be expensive. So if you're going to live in a cheaper place and commute in, it's going to be a long commute. Like you could be facing a long commute. So that's something to think about. But what is it? What is the deal? Okay, so it's Shanghai. It says up to 30k net a month. So net means after tax. Okay, so you are making the big money. You are making the big money. It says here. Okay, so let's look at. I'll just go through it. So we'll look at the details of the classes now. Okay, about 18 to 20 classes of 40 minutes a week. So how many hours is that? I might just open up my calculator because I'm not actually that much of a... Where is it? I'm still a little bit uncertain. Here we go with my Apple computer. Okay, so we've got 20 times 40 equals 800 divided by 60 equals... Okay, so it's about 13. It says 13.33 recurring. All right, so that's a fairly low amount of teaching hours. It's not a great amount of teaching hours. Working time, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. Okay, so that's... Yeah, I mean, look, these jobs are great. Like, these jobs in... Like, I'm not the coolest guy in China. Like, these jobs, most of these jobs I look at are more attractive than my job. And it just goes to show what's out there. So let's keep going with this one. Okay, benefits. Okay, so it's already talked about that. Okay, so this job, you get 2 months half pay in the summer holiday, but you get 3 to 4 weeks fully paid winter holiday. Okay, so the winter holiday is only... The winter holiday is fully paid, and the summer is half pay. So again, I might just get the calculator out and just roughly... Okay, so let's do 30,000 times 9 equals, and then you've got plus 30,000. Oh, so it's I could have done it more simply, couldn't I? So it's about 300,000, and then you've got plus another 30,000. Yeah, so it's a simple thing to work out. Okay, so you're making 330,000 net just from your salary, but there's 2 months of that that's half pay, so you could sort of go like 330,000 divided by 12. Yeah, so your real salary is going to be about 27,500, which is still a really decent salary, especially for having 2 days off a week and working 13 hours a week. So, okay, now full attendance reward, 15,000 a year. So yeah, so that's like, you'll assume that you'll get that. They usually give it to you as a matter of like fact. It's like a performance bonus. So 27,750 plus 1,250, that's 29,000. So that's about what your take-home pay would be. And then you've got a performance bonus. So if you assume that you get that, like you've performed well, 7,000 divided by 12 equals 580. So 29,500. We're at that point. Does it say anything about an accommodation bonus? Yeah, there's nothing about an accommodation bonus. So, or an accommodation. Yeah, so there's nothing about that. Now, you might be able to negotiate something with the company, and I would encourage anyone to do that with the school. But let's just say it's 30,000. You can get a place in Shanghai on the outskirts for 2,000, you know, but then you have to contend with that commute. So for some people, that's like something they just don't want to do. I mean, personally, I think if I was making that much money and I just had to get some money together and I wanted to make some money, you could do it. You could do it because you get into a routine. You get into a routine, and there might be faster ways to get from where you live to to the subway station, and you can work it all out. So it's not necessarily going to be a 1 hour commute there and back. You might be able to cut it down to 40 minutes, and yeah, you might be able to. There's a lot of different options there, but that's just one job. Let's just look at one more now. I just want to look at one more. So there's a couple of really short ones I'm not going to bother with. I'm more interested in the really detailed ones, because when job advertisers put a lot of detail into their job application, they're kind of like, they're getting noticed by me. Like when I see like a one-line thing, so I'll put this up on the screen as well. Yeah, when I see like tiny little ones, here we go, we've got one. Kindergarten recruit, location, Chaozhou, salary 17 plus accommodation, visa position, art teacher, PE teacher. Yeah, so they've sort of put zero effort into it, and it sort of seems like maybe they're just fishing for candidates, or they're fishing for you know, they've just put it into this group. There's so many groups, they've just chucked it in there, and they don't necessarily have a job. So when I see the really, really long ones, those are the ones that I'm most interested in. Okay, so let's have a look at this. International school with only foreign students, so only foreign passport holders. Okay, so this is again in Shanghai, and the district of Shanghai that it's in, Xuhui, I don't know where that is. I don't know Shanghai at all. Okay, but it says it's like one of those better international schools, so it's got only like foreign passport holders, so it's going to be one of the best ones. They need it's international K-12, so kindergarten to grade 12. So they've got social studies, science, art, PE, history, literature, drama, business, economics, librarian positions, needed in August, Shanghai. Okay, now this is where it gets really specific. It says 30 to 40K plus free housing. Okay, so they might have housing on the school. Some people don't want to live at the school, and I definitely understand that. But yeah, and this one has so much detail. Like, I'll definitely be putting this on the screen. So salary package, it's got 6 points. Number 1, monthly salary 30 to 40K or more a month. Apartment, free 1-bedroom apartment with a kitchen, living room and bathroom. That might not be somewhere you want to live, but it might be okay. It might be okay. A lot of the international schools do actually have pretty good facilities or teachers accommodation. Performance bonus, it doesn't say what it is, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. Like, I'd just be imagining. It could be 1,000, it could be 2,000. Airfare reimbursement provided at the end of the contract. Okay, so that's cool. They'll pay for your flight home. Cool, yep. Medical insurance, accident insurance, free working lunches provided. Now, often you're better off eating a military ready-eat meal, or, you know, some kind of any other food than the school food. The school food is not always good, but this school may have good food. I've found the school food to be tolerable at schools I've worked at, and this school it might have good food. So they're giving you lunch. A lot of schools you have to pay for it, so that's pretty cool. That's a good benefit. I mean, if you wanted to, you could just go 1 meal a day, and yeah, free life if you're into it. Okay, so job description: teaching kids 7 to 18, teaching hours 19 to 21 periods of 40 minutes a week. So the time in the classroom is about the same as the other one. Yeah, it's about 13, 14 hours of teaching. So not a huge amount of time in the classroom. Okay, office hours, no office hours, but you are requested to stay on campus preparing lessons or doing other things in libraries, coffee rooms, or offices from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, so that's, yeah, I think what they're saying is they don't want you like outside the school, you know, they want you to be like in the school, but you can sort of go anywhere. So that's a really fun thing about international schools. I've had fun like hanging out in the library or hanging out in the basketball court, you know, like it's nice. You can sort of use the facilities. So they're sort of saying like, yeah, I guess what they're saying is you can go anywhere, but you have to sort of stay in the school. Okay, bachelor's degree in required major, that's the position requirements. TEFL, okay, so you don't need a Master of Teaching, and this is one of those better schools that everyone has a foreign passport. So yeah, that's the last one I'll look at. yeah, like these jobs, like there are so many jobs, and I could spend an hour going through like all of these different jobs. If you want me to send you these jobs, if you don't have WeChat, send me an email. My email is going to be in the description of this video, and I'm more than happy to do that. I'm not going to get any financial benefit from it. I have in the past, but in this situation, I'm just going to, you know, send you what it is. No worries. And yeah, there's a lot of these good jobs out there. I should probably look for a better job, but the job I have, I trust the people that I work for, and it's something that I'm happy with at the moment. But yeah, there's a lot of those jobs out there. I hope everybody's well, and take care.